if we're talking about the wind, when we talk about the wind, we talk about the effects of the wind. We talk about, the leaves moving. What we feel on our skin. This is what we talk about. And this is what we call the wind. But this is not the wind. This is the effects of the wind. So when we talk about light, we talk about a reflection of light. Even when we look at the sun, straight into the sun, it's the reflection of the light in our eyes we're talking about. So when you take pure wind or pure light we cannot perceive. So pure light is moving with the speed of light and is reflected and absorbed, and according to how it's reflected and absorbed, it exposes form. So there is a lot of things happening. When we talk about life, it's the same thing. What we are aware of is the effects of life. How life is affecting us, affecting others. But life is like a river. And when we get born into that river we call life, physical life, here, life in this universe. And when we die, we kind of move out of it. But life goes on. Life doesn't stop. So life, if you see it as a river, as a movement which is moving through us, then life is creating a sequel of events, a sequel of experiences. A sequence of events, a sequence of experiences. And every moment the experience is different. There is not a moment that the experience is exactly the same. This is the same for the wind, this is the same for light, whatever you look at it. So, in a way, what we are doing in our minds is we identify with the effects of life. It gives us an experience, and then we say, this experience is me. So we identify the wind with the movement of the leaves, but it's an effect. It's not the source itself. I'm just repeating what Georgi said before, trying to give more examples. So when you look to the movement of life, so what we say is, I am alive. Is this true? Is this really true? So how do we know that we are alive? Are we life? And are we pure life, or are we the effects of life, or is life something which is happening? Is it a happening? It's moving through. So it's the same thing if you say, I am love. You're holding on to something which is changing all the time. Love is like the wind. And again, when you look to it, we say, I give love to you. And giving love to you, it's like, it's my precious, precious love, and I give it to you. Or, when we look inside, is it not more truthful that we open ourselves so that love can move by itself from one person to another person? It's not an effort. It's like opening up a door. You recognize what I'm talking about? So could it be the same as life? Could it be the same as light? So, all of these aspects we call life together. All these aspects we sometimes call, this is me, but is it me? Are reflected onto something, are touching something.
It's me right now.
Exactly. And what it's touching, it's like touching a leaf, and it gives a movement, and the movement has an effect. And this is happening by itself. You say something to me, and I don't need to think what is the proper reaction. I only need to think what's the proper reaction when there's an improper reaction I don't agree with our mind. But basically, the reaction is by itself. It's like when you have a little baby, a little child. The child is reacting by itself. It doesn't think about it. We're reacting to light, love, life by ourselves. So what is reacting? Is this you? What exactly is reacting? What gives the automatic reaction? What is reacting to life, to love, to light? So this is basically the question.
Well, a lot of it is conditioned by our background and how we grew up.
Yeah. That's how we have to react. But there's always a reaction before that. The have to react is later. The more we are in have to react, the more we're in a way caught in a very little space of possibilities. This is how it has to be. And the less we're connected with the world around ourselves, we are basically focused on being okay, how it should be. We also react according to memory. So we don't need to invent the wheel again and again and again and again.
Couldn't hear the first part when you were talking about the small space. I'm sorry.
When we are totally caught in how we have to react, what is the proper way, there is a very, very small space inside ourselves, basically. We're like caught in patterns. And often we feel these patterns as prison after a while, as limitations.